So conducting research, actually this is a vast topic, so I have decided to divide it into three parts, and that's why in conducting research you can say part 1 is shown. So here we will talk about some of the things, then in the next presentation we will continue this topic. Okay, and that is why this presentation is divided into three parts: conducting research 1, 2 and 3. In the first part we will talk about these three things. First is the modern American library, that how modern American library is very useful for all researchers. Second, library resources, or you can say library research sources. Okay. And third, the central information system. So we will try to understand that how these are very useful for the researchers. Okay, and in the next presentations we will talk about uh, further parts D or E and others. Okay, so in this lecture we will discuss only these three important things which will help the researchers. Let us see one by one. First, the modern American library. The library will generally be your most reliable guide as you conduct research for papers that draw on the published work of experts. You are familiar with this, that if you wish to start your research, then of course you are expected to read, you are expected to review the literature available for you. So you generally visit the libraries and you try to get the data from those libraries. So when you decide or when you start your work, of course you try to get all those resources which are available in the library. And librarian evaluate resources for authority and quality before acquiring them for use in research. Of course, in all libraries you can see that the books are placed properly in their shelves, and the students or researchers can easily find out these books which are placed at different locations. You should therefore become thoroughly acquainted with the libraries available to you and take full advantage of the resources and services they provide on site and over the internet. So this is very important for all researchers, that they have to understand what kind of books or sources or resources are available in a particular library. Accordingly, the researcher has to visit several libraries, and the researcher has to collect the sources and resources which are available in those libraries. Without getting the sources and resources, it will not be possible for the researcher to start his research. Second thing, though I talked about, or in this particular presentation we are going to talk about libraries, but there are other sources or online resources which can be used. We will talk about it later. So resources and services which are available in American Resource Library. The modern academic library typically offers resources in print and electronic forms and in other non-print media, for example films, sounds, recordings, okay, as well as computer services such as word processing, high quality printers, and access to the internet. Nowadays, it is easy for researchers because with the help of online uh, facilities, or you can say online access, they can go through the sources and resources which are available in various forms, print form or electronic form, even in other non-print media. For example, uh, recordings or films, okay, available in CD form, or you can say tape form. So that can be also used as a source or resource, as well as computer services such as word processing, high quality printers, and access to the internet. Whereas some important resources are available only in the library building. You might have visited MJ College Library, where you can see OPAC system is used. With the help of OPAC system, it is very easy for the researcher to find out the location, exact location of the book. Even the researcher can point it out that the book is available or not available in the library. So, without library, it will be very difficult for researcher to continue his research. Most books and other publications solely in print form, particularly in print form, microfilm materials, special collections are available only in the library. So you cannot purchase several books or several research journals to see the articles published by the researchers, but those things can be found at one place, and that is library. Generally, print form publications are available in library. Nowadays, e-form sources and resources are also available in the libraries. Your library probably provides a number of electronic resources such as bibliographic and full text databases that are accessible not only through computer terminals in the library but also from outside through the library's website. So I don't know how many of you have accessed MJ College library from the website, but several times I used to refer it, and I used to go for this, that how many books are available on a particular topic in MJ College library. So it is very easy for us nowadays. With the help of internet facility, you can check it, that how many books on a particular topic are available in MJ College library or in any other college library. So every time it is not possible for researcher to visit that library physically, but by sitting at home, the researcher can check it, that the books are available in that particular library or not available in that particular library. Of course, the researcher may not be able to read all those books, but at least the researcher can get the idea about the titles of the text or the books available in the library. Orientation and instruction. Most academic libraries have programs of orientation and instruction to meet the needs of all students, from beginning researchers to graduate students. Generally, in colleges, at the beginning of the course, the teachers, or you can say librarian, used to organize one or two sessions for the students or researchers, and the librarians try to give that kind of orientation to the students, that how the books are arranged, how the students can use these books for their reading or for their research work. So if this orientation is done properly, then definitely that will help the students to start their journey from the beginning of their research to the successful researcher. And the researcher is able to find out the sources and resources available in the library very easily. Ask about introductory pamphlets or handbooks. Actually, it is expected that when you visit a library, you should be able to get a kind of literature available with them. Literature in the sense that pamphlets or handbooks, which will give you the idea about the library, the places or locations of all the books placed in that library. So you know it very well that in a college library there are thousands, or you can say lakhs of books, but where to find out a book on literature, or where to find out the book on sociology, or where to find out a book on culturalism, or where to find out a book on multiculturalism, these are the problems from the researchers point of view, or students who visit the library for the first time. So initially, if these kinds of pamphlets or handbooks are provided to the researchers, then researchers will be able to find out each and everything. And guided tours as well as lectures and classes on using the library and on related subjects like developing research strategies and searching the World Wide Web. So at the initial stage, the students or the researchers should be given a kind of training program, how to find out the books, how the sources and resources can be found in the library where they are located. Even some universities used to give that kind of task to the researchers, that they have to visit the libraries and they have to identify the books available in the libraries, and even they are expected to collect the certificates from the libraries that they have visited. The library's website likely contains scheduling information on such classes, as well as descriptions of available resources and services. The site may also offer online tutorials. So sometimes the college library used to prepare some small videos how they can use the sources and resources available in the library, and those small videos are published or posted on the website of the library or website of the college. So that will definitely help the learners. And nowadays, you know it very well that online tutorials are published in the sense they prepare it in short videos and they used to publish it for the readers. Nearly all public and academic libraries have desks staffed by professional reference librarians who can tell you about available instructional programs and help you locate sources. Specialist librarians often prepare and distribute in print and electronic forms research guides to specific field of study. So librarians definitely help the researchers a lot, because they know exactly the structure of the library, they know exactly where the books are located, they can help you very well to find out the sources and resources which you need for your research. Consulting a librarian at key points in your research may save you considerable time and effort. I remember when I was doing my research project, minor research project sanctioned by UGC, University Grants Commission, New Delhi. I was not able to find out the book, so I went to Hyderabad. I visited the libraries. I remained there for a few days and visited 2 or 3 libraries. I found some important, useful books, but they were not allowing me to make the photocopies of the whole book, and that is a rule. So you cannot make the photocopy of the whole book. Then I used to write down the title of the books, publication details of the book, and I used to make the list of such things which can help me to purchase the books later. Then I came back to Jalgaon. I talked to the librarian, and librarian told me, sir, these books are not available in other markets. Okay, so he helped me to get these books. Actually, what he did, he was aware of these platforms, so he went to Scholars Without Borders. Scholars Without Borders is one website where the people can place the order for books which are not available elsewhere, and they used to find out the exact location of the books and they used to give it to you. So I placed order for several books on international platforms and other platforms, and I got the help of librarian. So librarians help you to get the sources and resources which are available at any place. Librarians may be available in person or by telephone, email, or instant messaging. So you know it very well that if you have any issue regarding any of the book, you can directly talk to librarian. Even in this lockdown period, I wanted to place order for some new books, particularly on graphic novel, new area graphic novel. So I used to find it out where the books are available, their ISBN number and all those things, and I used to pass those things to librarian on WhatsApp, and librarian can place the order for such books. So here I mean to say that it is not very important that you visit the library physically and then only you take the help of the librarian, but you can talk to the librarian, you can call him, the librarian can help you on telephone, or even the librarian can send you the details on your mail. So that is possible. So first I talked about academic research sources. Now second is library research sources. Touring or reading about your library will reveal the many important sources of information it makes available to researchers. Information sources fall into general categories. Means, of course, there are several things which can be found when you visit to the library, physical library, and then you can find it out that there are various kinds of sources and resources which are available in the library. Here I tried to divide it into 4 general categories. First is electronic sources. So first we will try to understand what is electronic sources, then we will move to second, third and fourth sources. So in electronic sources, you can see your library probably offers reference works in electronic form and full text databases, and may also recommend useful websites. Your library likely subscribes to journals available in electronic form. Nowadays, journals are available in electronic forms. Earlier, people used to place the order for the journals. The journals used to come to the researchers, means that used to take more than a month's time. But now, with the help of these electronic sources, you can easily get all these things at your own place. Second is books and similar publications. You know it very well that in books you can see that there are some books written by the authors, that is original text. There are books written by the others on particular author or book, that is called as critical text. There are books in which some people have contributed together, means they have written some research articles and those research articles are collectively published in that book and there is one editor. So that is third category of the book. So what I mean to say, that in books also you can find out primary sources and secondary sources, and similar publications are available. The library typically houses a vast number of books as well as similar publications such as pamphlets and perhaps dissertations. Books are essential sources for many projects, and some instructors require that students use books in addition to articles, websites, and other materials during research. So a researcher needs several kinds of sources and resources, not only the books, but need some articles published in journals or book forms, then websites and other materials during his or her research. You can usually borrow most books from the library. A common exception is the library's collection of reference works in print. So in library, as I have mentioned earlier, that the books are available in print form. Nowadays people have started purchasing books in e-form. Although reference works usually cannot be borrowed, many important ones are likely available to you through the library's website. You can borrow the books from the library for your research work, for your reading, but you are not allowed to borrow the reference works, reference books. No one is allowed to take the reference books from the library. Those remain there wherever the researcher or the particular student has the difficulty. The researcher or that student can refer it, but no one is allowed to borrow that one, or no one is allowed to take it at home. Okay. But some libraries have made it available on their library's website. Third is articles and other publications in print periodicals. The library gives access to numerous articles and similar writings. For example, reviews of journals or reviews of articles, editorials published in print periodicals such as scholarly journals, newspapers, and magazines. 4. Additional sources. Most libraries provide non-print sources such as sound recordings and video recordings, and possibly also unpublished writings. For example, manuscripts or private letters in special collections. So, non-print material can also be used for research. Okay. Non-print material in the sense that is not published anywhere, but that is recorded or documented somewhere. For example, letters. In history, you have studied that there were several letters which are preserved. So that letter can be used as a source or resource for research. Recordings, video recordings or audio recordings, that can be also used for research purpose. Unpublished writings, I talked about later, and some other unpublished works can also be considered there. Several times people used to write down a script for play, but that cannot be published due to some reasons. But that unpublished script can also be used as a source or resource for research. And third, final thing is the central information system. Most academic libraries provide an online central information system to guide students and faculty members to research sources. The system ordinarily includes the library's catalog of holdings, which tells us about the books, periodicals, electronic sources, audiovisual materials, etc. available in that library, and bibliographic databases such as the MLA International Bibliography and Science Direct. Other electronic resources available with the library are, or in central information system are, reference works, full text databases to which the library subscribes, and recommended websites to which the library provides links. So if you go on Google, you will find out that there are several databases which are providing various kinds of information to the researchers and scholars. Other information about the library, such as its location, hours, means timing, and policies. Policies for the students and faculties of the same institute, and policies for the outsiders who wish to take the benefit of that library or who wish to use the library for his or her own research. Bibliographic databases such as the MLA International Bibliography and Science Direct. Thank you.